Advanced sentence structures. On the advanced exam, you will come across a variety of structures which make use of interrogative pronouns, adverbs, and adjectives. These include relative clauses, cleft sentences, and indirect questions. Non-defining relatives. You know that non-defining relative clauses are separated by commas from the rest of the sentence. In 1859, Charles Darwin published a book which or that would radically change our view of man's place in nature. In this sentence, the relative clause defines or identifies its antecedent, the book. But if, instead of the common noun, we use the book's title, this must be followed by a comma, because the relative clause no longer does the job of identifying the book, but merely offers additional information. And we must use which and not that. A special case arises when we talk about all, some, or a number of the members of a group. About a quarter of the 10,000 soldiers who were sent on the expedition never returned. They sent 10,000 soldiers on the expedition, about a quarter of whom never returned. Remember, you must use whom and not who after a preposition. Cleft sentences. In cleft sentences, we can use the pronoun it to refer to another part of the sentence, usually for emphasis. It was the way the book maintained the suspense until the final chapter that impressed me more than anything else. What, meaning the thing that, can also be used here. The way the suspense was maintained until the final chapter was what most impressed me about the book. Indirect questions. Remember that in indirect questions, the subject must directly follow the question word. It's wrong to say, he asked me, when would I have the money? The correct order is, he asked me when I would have the money. Look out here for the expression, to what extent. How much of a chance do you believe you have of winning the election? The interviewer asked her. The interviewer wanted to know to what extent she believed she had a chance of winning the election. The expression no matter is often used with an indirect question to replace compounds with ever. However long it might take, they were determined to rebuild the windmill. They were determined to rebuild the windmill no matter how long it might take. Let's look at some more examples. They had already got married when he told her about his illness. It wasn't until after their wedding that he confessed to her about his illness. Notice the use of a cleft sentence pattern. It's said that George Washington, after whom the city is named, never told a lie. Here we'll need to use a preposition with whom. The city is named after George Washington, of whom it's said that he never told a lie.